The Passion exercised the Detroit Dark Angels, steamrolling them 72-6 in Motown last week. Pittsburgh is on a roll, undefeated at 4 in a row. Hi, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Joe P. DeMichaela Stadium here at West Allegheny in Imperial. It's the Pittsburgh Passion and the Philadelphia Phantomz. Jen Cairns, former Passion star, as always, is with me. I'm Chris Shovlin. Welcome to Passion TV. Well, tonight it's Philadelphia. They materialize here in Imperial, and Jen, they take their turn against the powerful Passion.
You know, it's Pittsburgh's chance to dominate the state. We took down Harrisburg. Tonight our eyes are squarely set on the Philadelphia Phantomz.
Let's talk about the players to watch as we get set for tonight's ball game.
Well, on the Passion, I'm going to draw our attention to two ladies, Chris, who I lovingly call our sack queens, right? It's number 20, Chelsea Zahn, and number 98, Kim Zabovic. Between them, they've rallied nearly 10 sacks thus far this season, with Chelsea Zahn number 2 on the leading board with 6.5 sacks herself. These ladies are beasts on the defense, not only because of their athletic ability, their poise under pressure, but their field smarts. They are quick to identify opponents' weaknesses and capitalize on them. So it's no surprise that number 20 and number 98 have been involved in every game-changing play we've had this season, and I expect more of the same from them here tonight.
What do we expect out of Philadelphia tonight? What do you see them bringing to this game?
Well, Philadelphia is riding a high. They're riding a high of their first win of the season, and it was a dominant one versus Baltimore. But they're going to be in for a big surprise if they don't have ladies ready to step up, take on, and neutralize number 20 and number 98, Kim Zabovic and Chelsea Zahn.
All right, keys to victory. Let's talk about what Pittsburgh needs to do to keep this thing going and go for 5.
Well, the Passion need to shake that Philadelphia confidence right out of the gate and become aggressive from the first snap. Whether it's the Passion offense that's on the ball, let's look at them pull from that bag of tricks. We know they can score quickly and get the Phantom back on their heels. If it's a defensive side of the ball whose number is called, then we want to see that pressure that they are known for, because Philadelphia has been known to turn over the ball multiple times against teams who bring the heat.
All right, as you said, a Keystone State rivalry, and right now the Passion rule the roost here in Pennsylvania. It is Pittsburgh driving for 5 as they take on the Philadelphia Phantomz on Pittsburgh Passion Television. Passion in Philadelphia getting set to do battle here tonight in Imperial, and Laura Baden, one of the tight ends of the Pittsburgh Passion, with us right now. Laura, let's talk about how the season's gone so far.
Oh, the season's going great so far. I mean, we're 4-0, and the new people are gelling well with the vets, and you can't ask for much more than that.
What have you seen on film for this team we're about to face tonight for Philly that you're prepared hardest for?
They're a very aggressive team, so we're really preparing for the defense to be very aggressive. We're preparing for the offense to hit hard. All in all, it's going to be a smash-mouth game of football, so we're excited.
I know there might be a little more pressure on some members of the Passion tonight, including yourself. You might be playing on both sides of the ball because of some losses because of injury, and some folks just aren't here.
Yeah, so anytime we're playing football, there's always a chance for injury. There's always a chance for people to have, especially with the women's game, for people to not show up, have work and other commitments. So tonight is just going to be given what the team needs, and hopefully it's enough.
Jen?
So last home game, right, of season 15. What are you looking forward to most as you look down the schedule and start the away stand?
It's hard to look forward to road trips, but a big game in Boston, we always look forward to that. We always look forward to a big game in D.C., so hopefully we can go out there and get a couple more wins.
Laura, I know you want to get out there and get worked up and get this game started.
Thank you very much.
All right, Laura Baden, tight end, Pittsburgh Passion, right here on the Passion Television Network. We have another Passion star in our spotlight here as we get set for Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia. Ashley DeChico is here with us right now. Let's talk about how the vets and the rookies have been gelling and how you brought these younger people along as Pittsburgh is now looking for its 5th consecutive win.
We have a lot of great people right now. We hang out on the field, off the field, and we don't like to leave anybody out. So this year our chemistry is real tight. Old, young, different in any sort. Our chemistry is great, our team's great, and I think it shows on the field for sure.
When you've been doing a heck of a job there in the secondary this year, you know, getting a lot more playing time, coming down with key defensive plays, what has that been like for you to now turn into that leader on the defense?
It's tough. Defense is new this year. I was a wide receiver last year. Our defense has high standards, and they're making me better. So it's feeling good. Every game, we all get better, and my team makes me better. And I hope to be even better today.
Take us through what you were reading as you're playing defense. You're looking in for the defensive backfield. Are you watching the quarterback? Are you watching the receivers? Are there keys that you're looking for?
Well, it depends if we're in zone or man. If we're in man, I'm staring my girl at her hips the whole entire time. I'm not to look at that quarterback until her eyes revert to get the ball. That's when I can look. In zone, I keep my receiver, in my view, but I also kind of have to skim a little bit, make sure there's nothing coming in. So there's a lot of places my eyes have to be, but mainly whoever's in my area.
All right, so you've played both sides of the ball, wide receiver, defensive back. What do you like better, scoring touchdowns or laying that hit?
Oh, man. I like the intensity of the D, but I like the mind games of the offense. I think I like defense better, but it's really tough. It's really tough to say.
Well, you got to be a heck of an athlete to play both those positions, so kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And take that from somebody who did it one time.
Thank you.
For sure. All right, Ashley DeChico with us here as we get set for Pittsburgh and Philadelphia here on the Passion Television Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise, and ladies and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America and honor freedom with the singing of our national anthem this evening by the Phantomz showing clearly.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was some gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Captains for Philadelphia, Pittsburgh Bell, Captain Christie.
See the captains for both clubs getting set to watch the referee toss the coin and get this game underway here tonight, as what's turned out to be a stormy Saturday has evolved into a beautiful evening for football.
Football and our passion have fans come out in full force to support the ladies in their last home game this season. Exciting.
Really is exciting. Coin is in the air. The officials taking a look at it, and they're talking to the Passion. Pittsburgh has won the toss and has decided to defer. They want to put that hungry, stingy defense out there first, Jen.
That tends to be our As defense knows they're going on that field. Our offense likes to have the ball coming out of the half. You notice though, and as you eyeball our captains for the passes, that number 73, Lauren Ferragonio, is playing close today, so that's a huge loss for the passion offense today.
Well, it sure is. Hannah Damon couldn't make it to the game tonight. She is on the crew at Robert Morris University where she is a student, and they are rowing this weekend, so they're going to miss Hannah, one of the leading tacklers in the entire league.
Absolutely, so there are some big cleats to fill tonight, but luckily for the passion, deep in talent, so it gives another opportunity for new women to shine tonight.
You know, we noticed also during pregame that more and more Passion players are coming down with various injuries, and Kim Beaver, one of their leading defensive players, isn't going to be available tonight, as well as she has her right hand and wrist in a cast, so she is not going to be able to go.
Kicking off for the Passion 13,
That's also a
Alyssa
huge
Furlong.
loss for the Passion secondary. who
Hey,
relied
Passion
heavily
fans,
on
are you ready for some football?
Alyssa Furlong has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line and is set for kickoff here on a sunny Saturday night in the West Hills. Catching it on the bounce for Philadelphia is Angela Wells, and Wells will cut to the far side, 35-40. Wells with a nice wedge in front of her, able to find some room, and that loses the football and dribbles to the turf. And it is recovered by Philadelphia after a fine return into Passion territory to the 39.
Angela Wells showing her incredible speed there, dancing on the sideline, cutting and juking by multiple black jerseys. She got lucky there that she coughed up the ball, but her fellow teammates came up with it.
Philadelphia 1-2 coming into the ball game tonight. They lost to the DC Divas 28-8, lost to Boston's Renegades 41-6. Finally came up with a win over the Baltimore Nighthawks 52-7. They'll have to play Baltimore next week at home, but right now the Passion on their mind as they come with two tight wings and a single running back and a very tight set behind Satoria Bell. And Bell is the quarterback, and she'll flip it to Catherine Lewis. Lewis around the right side. It is bumped to the near side. Check that, not Lewis, but Shantia Creech. Creech running that football over to the right side and gets knocked out at the 23-yard line.
Using those front line of defenders to really try to compress the Passion defense and have them run into each other. As much traffic as there was in the backfield there, but Santana Ramsey for the Pittsburgh Passion was scraping over, causing the ball carrier to run to the outside and ultimately be tackled.
And they come up with two wings tight to the set. Everybody tight to the set right now as Bell goes under center. Here's another toss and a sweep to the right, and again it's Shantia Creech. This time trying to drive up the middle, and the Passion stopper at the 22-yard line after a short game.
It's our player to watch, number 20, Chelsea Zahn, being able to come off the outside from the blind side and catch the ball carrier unaware.
Chelsea Zahn having a great season with 6.5 sacks coming into the ball game and 3 fumble recoveries this year for Chelsea as well.
Absolutely. She's one of the league leaders in sacks this season. I think she was number 2 on the list last I checked. Not too shabby.
Satoria Bell getting a play from the sideline, then checking back in. She attended Temple University, a native of Philadelphia. The quarterback is 5'10", 180 for the Phantomz, and now the officials will stop play. It looks like they're bringing in another ball. Not exactly sure why, but they're checking the one that was being used in the game, and they're taking that out. Now the officials will allow both teams to re-huddle and come out of their huddle in the break and get right up to the line on 2nd down and 9. Angela Wells, the wing to the right side. Shantia Creech, the wing to the left. And the fullback is Catherine Lewis. And this is going to be a quick opener straight up the gut. And Lewis is stuffed after she picks up another yard straight up the middle. And there's that Passion defense again coming at her. And leading the charge that time, Caitlin Niedermeyer.
Caitlin Niedermeyer on the tackle.
It is 3rd down and 8
Third down
for
and
Philadelphia.
Ball at the 21.
Now Bell goes into the pistol. Slot goes wide right. Passion showing blitz, dancing around. Here's Bell rolling, throwing, and that ball is going to be complete to the tight end on the near side. Catching that ball is Shakira Gray. And Gray is bumped hard over at the boundary line at around the 13-yard line. This is very close to the first down, Jen.
And it was Tia Montgomery. She was just able to get around Santana Ramsey, but she did not escape Tia Montgomery, who laid a very hard hit that you may have heard the crowd react to.
And they're going to go pistol. It's going to be a direct snap to Angela Wells and the Wildcat, and Wells is dragged down over on the far side of play. And there she goes, Kelsey Edmonds with the takedown.
Kelsey Edmonds on the tackle.
Kelsey Edmonds sniffing that play out early. Tremendous defensive play there.
2nd down.
Philadelphia using a bunch of tight sets, trying to confuse Pittsburgh. They went to the direct snap that time as Angela Wells took the Wildcat snap. Kelsey Edmonds not fooled at all. 2nd down and long now. Ball sitting at the 19. Philadelphia has to go to the 3 for a first down as Pittsburgh backs them up. And again, the Phantomz will tighten up. Wings to both sides, single running back. Behind Satoria Bell, the quarterback. A little movement, no flags. Bell chased deep in the backfield, and Chelsea Zahn sacks her at the 31-yard line.
Chelsea Zahn not to be denied. First sack of this game, adding to that league-leading total.
That is her 7.5 sack of the season, Chelsea Zahn.
27 yards to go.
Now the ball sitting outside the 30-yard line as Philadelphia continues to being pressured backwards by that stingy Pittsburgh defense. Bell's going to spread the receivers out a little bit more this time. They'll come out of that tight set. Everybody in the box for Pittsburgh. Bell's going to throw down the right sideline, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Crystal Kozo was in coverage on Angela Wells, who was trying to run a fly down the numbers that time. And Kozo did a nice job just slowing down and allowing Wells to run into the back of her.
Absolutely, you know, not letting Wells create separation enough to have Wells slowed on her pattern to the ball well overthrown of both of them.
Down in distance, 4th and 27. Philadelphia will keep the ball on offense here. Kind of crazy for them to punt. They might as well, if they can't get the first down or a touchdown, try to get Pittsburgh back deep in its own territory as far as it can. Bell standing tall in the gun. Wells goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep, and Bell's going to run. It's being chased by Edmonds and tries to throw, but doesn't get it off in time. As a matter of fact, that ball came out and then went to the sideline out of bounds. And a big, big rundown that time by Kelsey Edmonds of Pittsburgh.
Kelsey Edmonds is a lady on fire. You know, Bell's has the speed and has the ability to outrun defenders, but Kelsey was not going to be denied. Tremendous stand there for the Passion defense.
Pittsburgh takes over on downs. The ball ruled out at the 34-yard line. It's going to be first down and 10 for Pittsburgh. And now the Passion will break their huddle, and Janice Masters getting set to go to work.
the 33.
Empty backfield, 2 wide to the right, 3, and a trip set to the left. They run the jet sweep. This is O'Neal with a hole, 40, 45, 50. She's going to be gone on the first play from scrimmage today for the Pittsburgh Passions. They kicked it all the way to the house, 67 yards.
We've seen her do it before, so it's no surprise that Gabby O'Neal can break free and find the end zone, and she did it in lightning fashion again today. Tremendous run by Gabby O'Neal.
67, first 6.
Gabby O'Neal with great blocks around that left side after taking the jet sweep handoff in what was an obvious passing formation for Pittsburgh. They ran out of the 5 wide and scored.
Throwing that block on the left side for Gabby O'Neal has been Lisa Horton, who's been doing that job well all year long.
Now Masters and the offense stay on for the 2-point conversion, and this will be O'Neal stringing it right on a stretch play, and she gets tackled shy of the goal line by Philadelphia. They'll bring her down. Catherine Lewis makes the tackle, so the score will remain Pittsburgh 6, Philadelphia nothing. 9:10 left, first quarter of play here at DeMichaela Stadium in Imperial.
Gabby O'Neal adding to her touchdown total. Last week in Detroit, she added a touchdown from a 29-yard run. Thus far this season, she's had 6 now, make that 7 touchdowns for the Passion offense.
I like your addition.
Easy math.
And it looked really easy out there from 67 yards away. The Passion just pulling that one off and executing to perfection. Now Alyssa Furlong is on to kick once again. Remember, Pittsburgh kicked off. They deferred after winning the coin toss, which they've been likely to do throughout this season, putting the defense out there first. And Philadelphia had a really good return and really pushed it down into Pittsburgh territory deep. But then the defense came on for Pittsburgh and shut them down. Furlong's kick will come to the near side. It's going to bounce a couple of times, and finally, Satoria Bell will let it come out of bounds. See what Philadelphia wants to do. They'll take it at the 35.
Philadelphia will take over first and 10 at the 35.
It'll be interesting to see if Philadelphia tries to stay tight and continue to try to push against Pittsburgh or spread it out a little more, as they were more likely to do after Pittsburgh started stuffing them.
Correct. I mean, you know, I think a good mix is going to be the key to this Passion defense, neutralization, but it's hard to stop the talent on the Passion defense.
Well, they're going to go gun and have one receiver out to the left. A direct snap to Angela Wells in the Wildcat, and she'll run it around the left side out to the 41. She'll pick up 6. And she's run out of bounds on the far side. And that was DeChico running her down over on that boundary line. Ashley DeChico, Coraopolis, Pennsylvania, and York College and CCAC. Spot her down after a 5-yard run, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 40 for Philadelphia. And they tighten up. Pittsburgh showing blitz once again. It's a toss, and this time the run to the right. Catherine Lewis with it. She'll go down hard. Check that, not Lewis, but again, Shantia Creech was the ball carrier coming around that right side, and Creech able to get a first down for Philadelphia. That's been their most successful play.
It has, and they, you know, met in the backfield by DeChico again and Tia Montgomery. It looked like Ramsey was in on the play as well.
At the 49.
First down and 10, Philadelphia. Ball sitting at their own 49-yard line with under 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Pittsburgh with a 6-0 lead over Philadelphia. Cherie LaPointe, the receiver to the left side. Again, they come tight, though. They'll go double wing. And a little counter play, and this one gets wiped out by Chelsea Zahn again.
You know, the ball on the carpet for the second time today, recovered by the Phantomz. Again, a lucky draw for them, but Chelsea's on in their face consistently tonight.
Angela Wells trying to figure out what hit her, and that what was Chelsea Zahn.
Chelsea Zahn forces the fumble.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. They brought you our keys to the game tonight by Health Pyramid, Longevity and Vitality Center, a natural approach to pain relief. By Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, and by Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute health care services.
Second down and 18 at the 41.
Point comes right. She'll split out just a little bit. Spring Gamble is the fullback. And again, Bell ready to take the snap. Toss, and Creech gets the little flip of the ball, and Creech is going to go down. She's trying to turn the corner, and as she was turning that corner, she got grabbed and ripped down to the turf by Tia Montgomery.
Tia Montgomery, another well-known force on the Passion defense coming into this game. She was our leading tackler with 26 on the season thus far.
Philadelphia picks up 3. It's third down and 15. Ball rests at the 44-yard line as Satoria Bell, their quarterback, goes over and gets a play off the bench once again. Their head coach is Star Wright. Phantomz 1-2 coming into the ball game tonight here in Pittsburgh. Kiana Wright now checks in, and she'll split out away from that tight set otherwise. Cross buck, and now a throw downfield, and this one over the shoulder and caught by LaPointe, and LaPointe gets all the way down to the 21-yard line before she's tackled by O'Neal from behind.
Caught the Passion defense sort of sleeping in the misdirection, allowing the tight end Cherie LaPointe to sneak behind them in wide open space. Well drawn out play by the Phantomz.
Nose of the football touching the white chalk at the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Philadelphia with the ball. Pittsburgh has had one offensive play. And it's a 6-0 Pittsburgh lead. The point goes left. On the wing to the right side is Gamble. Now Philadelphia goes I. Bell will send Creech over to the left side wing now and keep the fullback in by herself. Here's a toss. It's Creech trying to cut through the line to the right, and does so, and picks up yardage down to about the 16, and that's where she's run into by a host of Passion players, including Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer makes the first stop. Second down, 6.
Niedermeyer, another name that we call often. She's number 2 on the Passion tackling list coming into this game with having 23.
4:30 to go in the first quarter.
Philadelphia using as much of the play clock as it wants. Taking its time, trying to get its breath going up against this Pittsburgh defense. Catherine Lewis is the fullback. Again, they tighten up with that double wing set. Bell. Now shift Gamble, and we've got movement and whistles and an infraction against Philadelphia, it appears.
Flag on the play.
False start against Philly.
False start, 5-yard penalty makes it second down. 11.
Clock rolling. We're under 4 minutes to go. First quarter. Pittsburgh with a 6-0 lead over Philadelphia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a vehicle.
Phantomz
that
marked
has their trunk open.
off
It's a
5
white
yards for that
Jetta.
false start, and the ball sits at the 20-yard line.
JSD 0399. Your trunk is open. White Jetta, JSD 0399. Your trunk is open.
Philadelphia in a bunch once again. Toss. They fit the end around, and now carrying the football is Creech. She's able to keep her feet, and she'll drive inside the 15-yard line down to the 13. And Chelsea Zahn lost her helmet on the play. She's going to have to come off.
They bring up third down. And 3.
Sam Simeone will check in as Pittsburgh goes with the goal line defense. It's going to be third down and 3 for the Phantomz. Bell under center. Little collision. Bell's going to keep and throw to the end zone, and this one's overthrown. Intended receiver Cherie Lapointe running to the pylon over on the far side, but that one was overthrown on that looping ball.
Trying to see who was on the coverage there. It looked like it was 82 Angela Baker. It might have been in coverage there, preventing the reception.
Fourth down and 3.
Going to bring up fourth down and 3. Philadelphia with the football at the Pittsburgh 13-yard line. Perhaps another last-ditch opportunity for Philadelphia here in this series. Let's see what Pittsburgh can pitch. Bell rolls right, quick toss. That ball is complete. It's going to be a first down. And the receiver is nailed by Tia Montgomery along the near sideline. Kozo held her up. Montgomery bowled her down, but that pass was caught by Gray. And that's going to be a first down and goal situation for Philadelphia.
Gray, a powerful runner, able to withstand that first point of contact, but held up solidly so that Tia Montgomery could finish the job and prevent her from entering the end zone.
Bring Baker out of the defense, put Simeone back in. They'll go goal line again. Pittsburgh will. Let's see if they can stop Philadelphia here. It's first down and goal from outside the 3. Going to go direct snap, and the run will come to the right on a sweep. And this time, Creech won't be able to get in. She gets decked after a 1-yard gain.
Looked like, again, it was held up by Crystal Kozo, finished off, although this time, by number 98, Kim Zabovic.
Zabovic having a whale of a season.
Stop made by Zabovic.
Kozo had a pick 6 earlier in the season, and she's been fantastic again in her return after taking the year off. Second down, goal to go from outside the 2-yard line now for Philadelphia. We're down to 1 minute left here in the first period of play. 6-0 Pittsburgh on top. This time Bell wants to give to her fullback, Lewis. Lewis trying to drive straight forward. She might have another yard at best. Pittsburgh stopped her cold. Niedermeyer at the bottom of that pile lost her hat. She might have to come out for a play now, and she will. Going in for Pittsburgh. Got another member of the passer checking in.
Third down and goal at the 1.
defensive line with Passion doing an excellent job here. Niedermeyer is definitely needed and wants to be out there right now.
Third down, goal to go from the 1 yard line for Philadelphia. The clock continues to spin, and they're not going to get a playoff. As we're going to switch sides of the field as we've come to the end of the first period of play. The Passion on one offensive play from scrimmage have a 6-0 lead over Philadelphia on Gabby O'Neal's 67-yard run. We'll come back with the second quarter to see if the Passion can stop Philadelphia at the goal line as you're watching the Pittsburgh Passion Television Network.
A natural approach to team relief. I believe it'll be number 85, Ida Turner. Good luck, Caitlin and Sarah. Love that.
First play of the second period now. Philadelphia has it third down. Goal to go from just outside the 1 yard line.
Philadelphia certainly knocking on the Passion's door and looking strong in the process.
It's kind of funny, Philadelphia will break the huddle, but it looks like their huddle is at the line of scrimmage when they line up. That's how tight a set that they run. Lewis is the fullback. Creech is sliding in motion. It looked like maybe she got the handoff. Let's see.
There's the sign.
Philadelphia, number 3, Shantia Creech.
And it is Shantia Creech sidestepping everybody to get into the end zone. And this game is all of a sudden tied up at 6 as Philadelphia had to put together a sustained drive against Pittsburgh to get on the board. Now the Phantomz line up. Appear to be going for 2. Spring Gamble sliding in motion out to the left. Here's the lone split end. And the ball is on the turf, and it is covered up by Satoria Bell. So we will remain tied. It is 6-6 Pittsburgh and Philly. Just 2 seconds in to the second period.
Well, it's now the Passion's turn to answer and see how they respond to Philly's very nicely executed drive, moving the ball down the field steadily.
Don't forget to stop by the merchandise booth. You'll find Passion t-shirts, shirts, polo shirts, sweatshirts, with Ryan hats, blankets, 6 bags, and much more. At the concession stand, you'll find fresh pizza, cold drinks, and a great selection of snacks. Also, get your 50-50 ticket. The winning 50-50 ticket will be drawn at the end of the third quarter.
Passion a perfect 4-0 up against Philadelphia, 1-2 coming into the ball game, and we're in a game right now as Philadelphia has tied it up. 6-6 as Maureen Fender gets set to kick from the 35.
Maureen Fender kicking off.
Kick will bounce just outside of the 35, and Tia Montgomery has to catch that ball and tackle it. A free kick. And Pittsburgh will end up with it at the 35-yard line, just shy of the 35, and they'll move it left to right from our vantage point as we're 5 seconds deep into the second period now.
Well, we saw what the Passion offense is capable with one snap of the ball. Let's see what they do with their second snap.
Tonight's game is being presented in part by Aid Nation. Wake up, Pittsburgh, and hydrate. By Super Donut, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat, and by Sister Support, nonprofit committed to the advancement of women through community, connection, and sisterhood. Angela Baker comes to the right. Tara Catone slides into the slot over to the left side. Lisa Horton is the wide out left. Laura Baden is over on the right side as well. Here comes Catone in motion. They fake the jet sweep. They fire to Horton in traffic. She makes the grab and picks up about 7 yards.
Lisa Horton, the #1 receiver for the Pittsburgh Passion coming into this game with 17 receptions for 264 yards and 4 touchdowns.
7-yard pickup by Lisa Horton. Second down, a little more than 3. Laura Baden checks out. We saw Kelsey Edmonds come in. Angela Baker is wide out to the left. Edmonds in the slot to the left. Pittsburgh will have a double slot situation with Horton on the wide out to the near side. Now Catone comes out of the slot, and it's a cross-buck run after, again, the fake of the sweep to the left, and as Kia Foster got the handoff, she lost her footing and went down in the backfield.
Yeah, Kia Foster went down under her own power.
Pittsburgh has wins over the Columbus Comets 30-19, over the Baltimore Nighthawks 65-17. Beat the Cleveland Fusion 36-20, and I'll tell you what, I was following the game on Twitter last week and stunned, although pleasantly, by the 72-6 final score over the Dark Angels in Detroit.
Yeah, you know, 72 doesn't sound like a football score. It sounds more like a basketball game, but ladies were getting it done for sure.
Third down after the timeout. Here's Masters rolling left, zipping one to Baker and overthrow her downfield, unfortunately, at the 45-yard line.
Baker was certainly wide open and had a clear path to the end zone, just overthrown by Janice Masters.
That brings up 4th down and 7 now. Masters has punted, I believe, only 3 times so far this season.
Yeah, we haven't seen her use her foot much.
4th down and 7.
See how confident Pittsburgh is. We'll keep the offense out with Janice going to punt formation. Looks like they're gonna run an offensive play on 4th down and long. Masters gets the snap, drops back, looks, throws, incomplete. Kelsey Edmonds was over in the area. She was the closest receiver, and Jana Meister was a little bit further downfield, but Pittsburgh will give the ball to Philadelphia on downs after a gamble that did not pay off.
Yeah, and you know, the momentum is squarely sitting in Philadelphia's hands right now. You know, you heard the excitement when they forced the Passion to call a timeout. Now a turnover on downs. I mean, them coming away from tonight with a win would be historic for them, as this Philadelphia club has never beat Pittsburgh.
13:15 to go, second period of play. Philadelphia takes over, game tied at 6. First down and 10, Phantomz. Bell again brings that tight double wing set up to the line. Toss to Creech. Creech weaving her way through, and Creech wrapped up by Zabovic and thrown down immediately. She'll pick up just a couple.
Brought down by Kim Zabovic. Gain of 2, second down and 8. Ball at the 36.
Zabovic doing a heck of a job being able to shed those first line of blockers coming through for the ball carrier, enough to wrap her up and have the cavalry help bring her down.
Ball sits at the Pittsburgh 36. Bell on 2nd and 8. Tosses to Creech. Almost mishandled it. Flag comes out as Creech circles around the right end spot. Niedermeyer was in front of her. And Zabovic again from behind, able to knock that ball down, but there's a flag.
And it looks like it might be holding on the Phantomz. But Creech did a tremendous job with a very treacherous situation there, basically one-handing the ball to keep it from hitting the carpet.
Good eye, Jennifer. Holding call is indeed the play against and the flag against Philadelphia here as they'll knock it back to the Pittsburgh 46-yard line on a 10-yard mark-off. 6-6 ball game, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Passion get on the board first, taking the first play from scrimmage offensively in from 67 yards by Gabby O'Neill, but Shantia Creech tied the game on a 1-yard burst. Both teams missed their 2-point conversion tries. Here's Bell throwing a high ball downfield and unable to get underneath it, Shakira Gray.
Shakira Gray was, covered well by Crystal Kozo, not letting her get any separation.
Brings up 3rd down and 18.
Third down and long now for Philadelphia at the Pittsburgh 46. Tell you what, they're taking your advice, mixing their formations up. They've been staying with that tight set for the most part, but every once in a while they'll send a receiver or two out, spread them a little bit, just trying to mix Pittsburgh up.
Yeah, just trying to keep the ladies on their heels, especially, I'm sure they're aware that they're seeing some different numbers in different positions.
Fake to Creech, Bell looks left, bounces away from one would-be tackler, and the throw downfield is broken up. Incomplete. DeChico got a hand on it before the receiver. Cherie LaPointe came down with the ball.
And that was a heck of a good job. Very discipline displayed by Ashley DeChico. Very easily to be tempted to leave your receiver to try to get the quarterback, and she stayed put. She's able to deflect that pass.
From time to time, we've seen Stephanie Belachko into the ball game. She is listed as a coach this year, but she's in uniform as a player coach because they need her tonight on the defensive side of the ball. They have a shortness on that side.
We do, and she's got the talent to be able to step in and be a key contributor. So expect great things from her tonight.
Philadelphia lined up for a punt here on 4th down and long. We have 11:43 to go here in the second period. 6-6. Bell puts her foot into it. This one is going to get inside the 10, all the way to the 5. It's going to tumble and finally get into the end zone. A little gamble by Pittsburgh, but this one pays off with a touchdown.
That one paid off. The white jerseys were getting dangerously close as that ball was getting to the 1-yard line, but luckily it crossed, and Passion are ready to take it on the 20.
And let's see if Pittsburgh can dig it out of here after that 46-yard punt.
Passion smiling.
But pretty darn impressive stand by the Passion defense there. I mean, the Philadelphia Phantomz coming on the field with momentum, with great field position, unable to move the ball at all.
1st and 10.
Janice Masters sends 3 receivers to the right, and this is Catone making the catch out of the backfield, and unable to get fully past Spring Gamble, who tackles her from behind.
Catone being a key contributor last week in Detroit with 57 yards and a rushing touchdown. So nice to see her back in action last week and this week.
At the 24-yard line.
Slowly but surely returning from injury. Getting her feet back 2 years ago when the Passion won another world title. She was the key contributor on the offensive side. Masters resetting her receivers. Slots to both sides. Catone stays in the backfield, gets the handoff. finds a little room up the middle, and again, Spring Gamble is there to bowl her over, along with some help from Jackie Dorsey.
Gamble on the tackle.
Pittsburgh looking at third down and 4. Ball at the 26. Jana Meister goes to the boundary line far side. 3 receivers left. Horton to the right. Masters will roll left. She's going to tuck and run. She'll get the first down
Masters on the
and a little bit more.
First down, passing.
Masters hit hard by Shantia Creeks, but already had the first down recorded.
Masters showing great decision making on that run. You know, you don't usually see Janice utilize her legs, but she saw that she had the opportunity to capitalize and gain the first down, and she did.
Masters in the gun. Sending Catone across the set, getting the handoff, and Catone looking for a seal and got a little bit of one as she came around the near side, but the speed of Angela Wells paid off for Philly that time.
Angela Wells did a great job scraping across the field, shedding the defender, and being able to get to Catone.
Pick up a 5, second down and 5 for Pittsburgh.
Second down and 5 after a gain of 5. At the 37.
Jana Meister coming to the right side now. Catone coming out of the right slot, goes in motion left, takes the handoff. Catone still looking, flag comes out, and Catone will pick up a couple more out to the 40. It's going to be a hold against Pittsburgh.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 27-yard line. Second down and 15.
Passion will have it second down and a little more than 15 to go from the 27-yard line as we see Kelsey Edmonds check back into the offense. She'll bring a play in to Janice Masters, the quarterback. Edmonds and Meister are to the right. Horton and Baker to the left. Masters looking left, pumping. Looking right, and then throwing over the middle, and Edmonds makes the catch at the 35. And trying to break the tackle, and Angela Wells just spun her out of bounds. She would not go down.
Angela Wells was trying and just could not get Kelsey Edmonds to the ground, whose trucking legs kept pushing her forward. Excellent fighting by Kelsey Edmonds.
Game 13 brings up third down.
Kelsey Edmonds with a fine catch on a really what amounted to be a desperation pass by Masters, just trying to get it out of there and then fighting to stay alive. Third down, 2. Pittsburgh with the ball at the 40. Trips to the left side. Snap to Masters, looking left. Over the middle it goes, and Lisa Horton makes the grab and gets the first down on a 5-yard pickup.
Touchdown, passing. Ball is spotted at the 45.
Well, what started off as a sputtering set of downs is now translated into a nice first down and a new set of downs for the Pittsburgh Passion.
How about the contributions of Kelsey Edmonds to the offensive side of the ball? Typically a linebacker, but getting in on offense here again tonight as the Passion just using their athletes where they need them.
Absolutely. It's something that this team has done throughout its history. Not at all surprised to see it going on tonight.
Masters to Catone to Horton. And Lisa chucks one downfield to Baker. She makes the catch, and Pittsburgh picks up 17 and a first down.
Lisa Horton on the throw.
Lisa Horton to Angela Baker, a combination we've called many, many times before in prior seasons. In fact, last week in Detroit, Horton also got to see some time in the air. She threw for 41 yards and a touchdown.
Passion dipping into that bag of tricks. Catone and Meister to the left, three receivers right, Laura Baden, Angela Baker, and Lisa Horton. Here comes Catone in motion. They fake it to her. Masters wants to throw, hit as she lets go. Oh! Laura Baden reaches up out of the clouds and pulls one down. First down, Pittsburgh.
First off on that play, Janice Masters looks like she's about to get blindsided, gets the ball off just in time, delivers the ball to Laura Baden, who goes up, reaches it out of the sky, and is able to deny Satoria Bell from the deflection. They are moving, Chris.
Laura Baden went to Anderson and to Columbia. She is an athletic trainer at UPMC, and that was athletic as all get out. Here's the snap to give. Catone running left. Catone pressured, able to just barely get around the corner.
Catone on the sweep.
And she got forced to the boundary line. Good pressure that time by Angela Sherman.
Second down and 10. Stop made by Sherman.
Ends up in a loss of a yard for Pittsburgh back at the 18-yard line. Pittsburgh in the Silver zone, however. Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. Under 6 minutes to go here in the second period of play. 6-6 ball game. Tough one here between these two Pennsylvania clubs. Masters rifles one down over the middle, but it's incomplete, intended for Angela Baker in traffic.
That pass was deflected by number 1, Satoria Bell. Fine job on the coverage there by the Phantom defense.
Tonight's game being presented in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. By Health Pyramid Longevity and Vitality Center, a natural approach to pain relief. By Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. And by Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute health care services. Chris Shublin, Jennifer Cairns on the call here tonight. Passion in Philadelphia knotted up. Here's Masters rolling right, looking, looping one end zone. Horton! She holds on! Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Horton able to reel that in while she's got 2 white shirts in the general area. Very nicely done.
Masters to Horton from 19, first 6.
Lisa Horton looked the ball in. Looked like it was starting to slip out, but she tightened the grip and squeezed it. And that's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. And now the Passion will go for 2. Janice Masters looped that in nicely. Here's the throw over to the left side. And a nice button hook run after the catch. And that's a 2-point conversion recorded for Angela Baker.
On the 2-point conversion pass, Masters to Baker is good. 5:50 to play, second quarter.
Pittsburgh up 14-6.
Angela Baker doing a tremendous job finding the ball just as she turned. Reeling it in and then tiptoeing to the end zone. Just well executed drive by the Passion.
Jennifer, I have a feeling with the way this game is unfolding in front of us, you want to be out there tonight.
Absolutely. You know, anytime you're in there in the front of the home crowd, you can't help but think you want to be part of it.
And Philadelphia has brought a challenge here tonight. This is a tough ball club, very athletic, very speedy, very mobile, and maybe the best opponent we've seen Pittsburgh face this year.
But that's what these ladies like. You know, you face someone who's going to bring out the best in you, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Alyssa Furlong is on to boot. 5:50 left here in the first half. Furlong puts her foot into it. Satoria Bell catches it on the fly, goes over to the 30, and she is belted and goes down immediately on the return.
Satoria Bell on the return.
It looks like it might have been Rebecca Ergood who made the nice open field one-on-one tackle against the very shifty and fast Satoria Bell. Great job.
Indeed, Ergood, a second-year player for the Pittsburgh Passion.
Rebecca Ergood.
First down and 10, Philadelphia now.
First and 10.
Ball sitting at the 32-yard line, just shy of the 32.
Ball spotted at the 32.
Well, they didn't have enough personnel out there, and Bell had to call one from the sideline, call an extra back in, and that's Shantia Creech. Now Philly showing some motion. Here's Bell throwing downfield, long and tall, but incomplete. Crystal Kozo reached up and tried to swat it. She couldn't get to it, but the receiver was overthrown on the play.
Brings up second down and 10.
They brought Kiana Wright in to run that fly.
Right, the intended receiver.
Second down and 10 for Philadelphia.
5:39 to play, second quarter.
This will be Pittsburgh's last regular season home game because of the scheduling. They had to front load the home games on this season because DeMichaela Stadium is going to be undergoing a complete renovation.
Yeah, it's very odd to be talking about our last time together here at the end of April.
It really is. Usually it's about the first time, or the second maybe. Now motion by Wells, and a big hit in the backfield, but this time Philly's able to escape.
Creech on the carry. Gain about 3 on the play.
Creech had to hang on for dear life that time, and she was pinballed around. Saw Tia Montgomery coming out of the pile. Sharon Vasquez, who's back with the ball club, made one of the initial hits.
And a long 6.
Ball at the 36. It is 3rd and 6 with under 5 minutes to go in the second. Angela Sherman checks in for Philadelphia right now as Bell brings a play in from the sideline. Sherman will work at a running back spot, and she'll protect Bell. Motion by Wise. Bell throwing downfield, overthrows everybody. Closest receiver to the ball was Shakira Gray.
Intended for Gray.
It's going
Again,
to bring up a Philadelphia 4th down.
4th down and 6.
Bell seemingly not showing any control over her passing right now, looking to throw more to a spot and hope that her receivers get there as opposed to being able to drop it nicely in.
Jen, tell me your thoughts on the play of this Pittsburgh defense now. They're really starting to come on.
You know, they have a spark underneath them, and that's all they needed to wake them up. We talked today that they've got new numbers on this side of the ball for the first time, or shuffling of the deck, and now they really seem to have been finding their groove as a unit.
Injuries starting to play a part of this season as we're midway through. Of course, some players just couldn't make the game tonight. As we mentioned, some of them have some other commitments, including Hannah Damon, one of the leading defenders in the league, one of the top linebackers on her rowing team's trip this weekend, as we see Bell juking and running out to the boundary line. She'll get the first down for Philadelphia.
Pick up the first down.
Out at the 45.
First and 10, Phantomz ball. At the Pittsburgh, correction at the Philadelphia, 45.
And that's the key difference between, this women's league and the men's professional league, is that everyone's doing this as, a passion and a vocation, and life sometimes interferes with that. Other commitments interfere with that.
That's why I think the name of this team is so apropos.
The passion absolutely is.
Philly with a first down play, and again, they go back to that scrum offense, if you will, for lack of a better term. And they're going to flip it to Wells. And Wells is smacked down by Tia Montgomery. And also, Zabovic was in front of her.
Kim Zabovic, again, true beast and leader of that defense. And on a day that we're honoring our police, our veterans, our first responders, she's one to surely be recognized as an active member of the Pennsylvania State Police.
Absolutely. Just such an intensity to Kim Zabovic. And you would imagine there's such a release for her when she's out there playing football for the Pittsburgh Passion.
Absolutely, and we've been utilizing her extensively this year on both sides of the ball. Yet she does it with that smile and personality that is just relentless.
How about this? Philadelphia goes with a stacked split in their receivers, but they have a delay of game. They didn't get the play snapped in time.
They've been taking their time, you know, at every down and every play. Not so surprising to see that it's finally caught up to them.
What is surprising is that's the first time they were called.
Correct, yeah.
That time Philadelphia decided to send Cherie LaPointe out wide to the right. She was on the line of scrimmage, but stacked behind her was Angela Wells, and it looked like Philadelphia was going to try to sneak them out. Pittsburgh had it covered. They were each covered player for player. Crystal Kozo will draw single coverage now on LaPointe out wide right. Now they send a slot receiver in as well. Second down at 12 after the penalty mark-off. And a run play that will get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be Creech on a 2-yard pickup coming out of the backfield.
Third down and 10.
She got to the original line of scrimmage. Two minutes left, second quarter. Pittsburgh with a 14-6 advantage over the Philadelphia Phantomz. Here in the Women's Football Alliance tonight. 3rd and 10, Philadelphia. LaPointe will split out wide, otherwise a tight set in an I backfield. Give to Creech. Creech jacked up and thrown down. Sharon Vasquez.
Sharon Vasquez sniffing that out. And you know she was hungry to have her name and number called tonight.
Timeout. Pittsburgh.
Satoria Bell, who is their quarterback, as well as the punter for Philly. And she'll put her foot into it. This one will be short. It will take a bounce. Passion trying to get away from it, and Philadelphia will down it upfield. Shauna Alexander.
I don't know if you caught what I caught, but things are getting chippy there in the backfield between number 32, looks like Karen Kelly of the Phantomz, and our number 77, Caitlin Niedermeyer, well after the punt was off. Referee breaking it up between the two, no flag thrown, but there's some emotion out there.
Philadelphia has dropped 2 games. They need to get a victory here tonight, and of course there are those Pennsylvania bragging rights that you were talking about before.
That's true.
First down and 10. Janice Masters rolling left, setting, throwing, sidearm pass downfield. Lisa Horton over the shoulder, and it's a foot race to the end zone. There's Lisa at the 10 to the 5, and she tiptoes in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
And she just flat out outran Shantia Creech to get into the end zone. Watching her the entire time. Shantia made a last-ditch effort to try to stop Lisa from crossing the end zone, but no such luck.
64 yards on the pass from Masters to Horton. And Horton, with breakaway running abilities, took it to the house. Passion will go for two again.
The two-point conversion.
Gabby O'Neill, the running back, off of Masters' left shoulder. Masters zips it into the end zone, but it's going to be picked off by Philadelphia, so the conversion will not go.
Conversion is no good.
20-6, Pittsburgh.
57-8 remaining in the second quarter. Passion 20, Phantomz 6.
Now those inabilities to convert after the touchdown are things that are going to hurt them against teams like DC and Boston, and so I imagine that they'll spend the next couple weeks, really working to try to shore those up. You might get to see our kicker once or twice give it a shot as well, because those are hefty matchups on the schedule coming up.
Melissa Furlong has attempted and made one point after touchdown kick so far. She's 1 for 1, but really Pittsburgh hasn't tried very many of them at all, knowing that, that Furlong is a newcomer to this ball club. She's just a rookie, so they're trying to give her time to adjust, I'm sure.
Sure.
She's out there right now, ready to boot it away.
Mr. Furlong will kick off with the Passion.
Furlong gets under it. Bell mishandles it. Has to cover it up inside the 30-yard line with 54 seconds left in the half.
Ball on the kickoff, recovered by the Phantomz. First and 10, Philadelphia ball.
Satoria Bell will go back to work at quarterback right now. Philadelphia finding itself down by two touchdowns.
Once again, inviting all who serve our great nation to please gather at the field gate, near the concession stand and the merchandise stand to be recognized on the field during our special halftime celebration.
Pittsburgh again coming up with some quick strike offense. Couple of big play scores tonight to stretch the lead to 20-6 over the Philadelphia Phantomz. 2 touchdowns of 60-plus yards by Pittsburgh, one by Gabby O'Neill on the ground, one by Lisa Horton catching a Janice Masters pass in the air as Philadelphia tries to plunge forward.
Gain on the play. Gain of 3, second down 7.
The ability to score quickly is something that always has made this Passion offense so formidable, and also made them so confident anytime that they would find themselves behind in the game, is because they know they can.
She's going to send 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Single running back will stay in to protect her, and watch out for the bomb. Satoria Bell calls for the snap. Play fake, screen pass. And that one went nowhere because Angela Wells, as she caught the ball, her knee touched down.
That'll be the final play of the half.
And that is the end of the first half of play. Jen, I'm not sure if they might have been setting up for a double pass, but Angela Wells had a lunge forward to get the ball, and as she did so, she touched her knee down and could not get back up.
But Chelsea Zahn had that play sniffed out well, and she was ready to greet her if Angela Wells was able to get off the carpet or never had to go down to the carpet to begin with. It just seems as though I'm sure there was trickery involved in that play call, but the Passion had it well in hand.
Well, a good first half by both of these ball clubs. Pittsburgh has the advantage. They're up 20-6 over the Philadelphia Phantomz here at halftime in Imperial tonight.
LLC proudly supports Emily Shea and the Pittsburgh Passion.
Well, this young lady has her battle paint on tonight. This is Jana Meister of the Pittsburgh Passion as we're at halftime right now. Jana, first of all, let me get your comments on how this game is going so far tonight. It's a tough one with Philly.
It is, honestly. We've faced a lot of good competition. Honestly, with women's football, there's some tough girls out there, but tonight, I mean, we got girls rolling over on top of each other. We got injuries probably every other play, so it's pretty intense out there. It really is.
You know, Jen and I were talking. You're just a rookie with this Pittsburgh Passion Club, but you're from Chicago, and you didn't play football before. You played basketball at Iowa Wesleyan, right?
I did, yes. But honestly, I mean, raised my entire life playing sports. I was one of 8 kids, so we were always beating each other up in the backyard. But yeah, honestly, coming here has been a breath of fresh air for me. I got a lot of girls out there who always have my back, and you know, I appreciate it every day. I really do.
So tell us a little about what it's like being a rookie, making contributions on this team, like you did last week in Detroit. I think you had 50 yards receiving, a key contributor there on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just usually step up where my role is. Honestly, you know, coming from playing sports in undergrad and all that, one of the things that I did when I came in here was, you know, not really expect to get in and play, because I know that there's a lot of veterans who've been playing for many, many years, got a lot of experience, and so, you know, I just came in, you know, wherever I can contribute, and I'm honestly blessed to be able to step up. Every game, coach puts me, you know, wherever I need to be, and kind of go from there.
And what do you think that is going to be the biggest challenge coming out of the half? I mean, the offense gets the ball, and you know, you go into the half with the momentum. How do you keep the girls calm as the rookie? What is your contribution there?
I mean, honestly, you guys would have to bring the camera into the locker room, because it gets pretty intense in there. We got girls with big hearts, a lot of passion, and you know, every time we step on the field, we got girls who are banged up, but continuously play through every play, and that's just honestly what we do. We have each other's backs all the time. We're a giant family off the field, and you know, we're ready to battle anybody who steps on our field. So.
Janet Meister of the Pittsburgh Passion. She's from Chicago. As we mentioned earlier, you came from college basketball into women's professional football. Now, we've heard stories and we've seen success stories like Antonio Gates, who played for the San Diego Chargers for so many years, transferring his basketball skills that he learned because he was an All-American star in hoops. And once he got to the NFL, he converted those talents into being a great tight end. How have you converted your talent from basketball to football?
I mean, there's a lot of similarities between basketball and football. There honestly is, and not only that, but just the desire to continuously compete every game. I just go out there, do what I can, and I'm just blessed to be here. Every day is great. Every day is great.
Well, most of the women from the Pittsburgh Passion don't come with a football background. I remember I used to get asked a lot, what's the biggest adjustment? I used to say, once I got used to that headache the helmet gave me, I was golden. How about for you? What was the biggest adjustment to learning the sport of football?
I mean, it's honestly, the injuries and everything like that are completely different from what you experience in basketball, and it's a completely different level of intensity. But yeah, honestly, I really just do what I can. I'm pretty humble about it. I got an amazing group of girls out there, and I give the credit to all of them. They're amazing.
All right, they're amazing so far tonight again as well. Jana, thank you. We'll let you get back into the locker room.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jana Meister with the Pittsburgh Passion. And again, at halftime, Pittsburgh has the lead over Philadelphia here on the Passion Television Network.
Hey, Passion, are you ready for second half football?
Passion have a 20-6 advantage over the Philadelphia Phantomz as we get set to start the third period of play here at Joseph P. DeMichaela Stadium in Imperial. Lights are on, and all of a sudden the temperature starting to dip just a tad. There's a little bit of a nip in the air now here. So we get set to start the second half, and Philadelphia will kick the ball out of bounds, and the flag will fly.
Well, we can share some first half stats with you since Passion are going to start with the ball offensively. Let's start there. Masters at quarterback was 7 of 10, 133 yards with 2 touchdowns. Horton, 4 receptions, 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Angela Baker, 1 reception for 18 yards. Laura Baden, 1 reception for 20 yards. And Kelsey Edmonds, 1 reception for 15 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, we got Chelsea Zahn with 5 tackles and 1 sack. Niedermeyer with 5 tackles. Edmonds with 5 tackles and 1 sack. And Zabovic with 4 tackles.
Well, after a stormy day when the rain was coming down hard, right at kickoff time, the sun came out. The temperature got into the 70s. Right now, we've dipped to 57 degrees here in Imperial. But this one is a red-hot run by Gabby O'Neill. And she's gone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Gabby O'Neill
Gabby O'Neill starting the second half the way she started the first half. One snap, jet sweep, paid her to the end zone. Number 6, Angela Wells from the Philadelphia Phantomz had the best chance of trying to stop her. Dove, missed. Touchdown, Gabby O'Neill.
That is the third Pittsburgh touchdown of 60-plus yards in this ball game. And that is just how fast the passion can strike.
And we've seen a couple of those from Gabby O'Neill this season.
2-point conversion attempt by Pittsburgh.
One play in to the third period. Here's O'Neill trying to make a cut, slipped and fell at the 5, and that 2-point conversion will not go. Really, that's been Pittsburgh's only shortcoming tonight.
46 left to play in the third quarter.
2-point conversions haven't been able to get in for the most part, with the exception of the Baker reception from Masters.
And that's where I say, you know, we've seen hit and miss 2-point conversions all season long against weaker teams, against stronger teams like Philadelphia, and know that the even strongest teams are yet to come, that really need to shore those up for next week.
Your clock operator is Mark Grant.
Pittsburgh scored on its first play from scrimmage in the first half. 67-yard run by Gabby O'Neill, and on its first play from scrimmage in the second half, a 65-yard run by the aforementioned O'Neill. In between, Lisa Horton has 2 touchdown receptions, one of 19 yards, one of 64 yards, and the lone Philadelphia score by Shantia Creech on a 1-yard run.
That's not a bad statistic to have. I think she probably only has about 2 carries on the day, you know, well over 100 yards and 2 TDs. I mean, you know, you kind of got to drop the mic on that one.
Furlong gets the okay to Boots. 26-6 Pittsburgh. Gets this one down near the 30-yard line, and Philadelphia will cover.
There seems to be some miscommunication there between Satoria Bell and number 6, Angela Wells, both seemingly going for the ball, although Wells is in better position, a little frustrated that Bell fell on him.
That took a lot of wind out of the sails of Philadelphia. They were feeling actually pretty good about themselves being in this ball game, down 20-6. And now all of a sudden they find themselves down 20 full points. So another back-breaking play by Gabby O'Neill for Pittsburgh. Philly will split a couple of receivers to the right side, everybody else in tight. Direct snap will go to Creech. Creech will run, and Creech will find about 5 or 6 yards on the sweep to the right. Carries the ball out to the 38-yard line. It'll be second down and a short 5. Cherie LaPointe will split out wide to the right side. Otherwise, everybody else in tight. Again, they go direct snap to Creech. Creech around the right side will have the Philadelphia first down.
Creech will pick up the first down at the 45.
It looks like it was Tia Montgomery in on the tackle.
Tackle made by Montgomery.
Made that driving tackle, and then she slid underneath everybody for Philadelphia on the sideline. We kind of lost her in the crowd there.
We did.
First down and 10, Philly. Here's Bell. Nice run by Bell, able to pick up close to 10 before DeChico reached out and grabbed her.
had a nice seal on the outside there.
It'll be good enough for a first down. First and 10 at the 44.
All sitting at the Pittsburgh 44-yard line. First down and 10. Philadelphia with possession. Again, LaPointe about 5 yards off the set, out wide to the right, if you can call that wide. Everybody else tucked in tight. Direct snap will go to Creech. Little draw play and a sprint draw run up the gut will pick up almost 7 yards. Chelsea Zahn on her backside. Niedermeyer was underneath the play. A little bit of help out of the secondary as well for Pittsburgh.
Second down at about 5.
A well-executed direct snap play to Creech, and she's just got the speed to hit the hole hard before the Passion defense knew what hit them.
Second down 4 for Philadelphia. 12:09 to go here in the third quarter of play. Pittsburgh with a 20-point lead. Creech has a first down. Creech able to slice through, and Kelsey Edmonds was there, along with Tia Montgomery.
Montgomery and Edmonds make the stop, but it's a first down at the 32.
Philadelphia trying to get that methodical, run-oriented offense into gear here and just trying to grind one out against Pittsburgh. There's still plenty of time left in the game, but they are down 20.
They're doing a good job against the Passion defense, moving the ball almost at 10 yards at a clip. And if they can continue that, that deficit is easily surmountable. And ball hits the
back to
carpet.
Bell. Bell able to break one tackle, but not the second one as Vasquez puts her down. Kelsey Edmonds slowed her up, couldn't get the sack though.
Kelsey Edmonds looked like she was going to definitely take Bell to the ground, but certainly stopped her forward momentum and was able to allow the other black jerseys to swarm.
Loss of 3 on the carry that time by the quarterback, and it's second down and 13, and she'll just walk over and talk with the coaching staff. Star Wright, their head coach, bringing her team across the Commonwealth tonight to play in the West Hills of Pittsburgh. 10.5 minutes left here in the third quarter of play. Look at this, Satoria Bell will split out wide to the right side. She's going to go all the way to the boundary line. Try to catch Crystal Kozo, but Kozo is lined up with her. Now we have a flag, and I've got a feeling another delay coming up here. They took a lot of time again.
Yeah, there's been no sense of urgency, even as they get momentum on their side, to just continue to move at even a slightly upbeat pace under their step. Almost utilizing the time in between as rest for their players who, you know, are playing both sides of the ball, but got momentum, you got to capitalize.
Second down and long now for Philly. Here's Creech wanting to throw, and then throwing late, and the ball is incomplete. Angela Wells was the intended receiver. That one really didn't have much of a prayer.
It didn't, you know, and Creech had pressure in her face very quickly from number 8, Sharon Vasquez, and number 32, Tia Montgomery. She was just saving her skin by delivering the ball.
Third down, a little less than 18 to go, and again they'll send Bell out as a split receiver. Crystal Kozo will draw single coverage. Creech will take the direct snap, and she'll throw, looking for Bell. And Bell stumbled just a bit, but the ball was thrown too deep.
Ball was thrown too deep, but you know, Belle still had a slight chance at it. She just doesn't look like she's playing with a level of effort or hunger as the passion wide receivers do. You know, they're kind of taking a play out of the Passions playbook now. Let's switch up our quarterback, move her to wide receiver, and see if we have the same kind of luck.
It has worked well for Pittsburgh.
It has worked well for Pittsburgh, and Belle's a heck of an athlete. She certainly has a skill set to play wide receiver.
Well, now she's going to go back into the backfield, and she'll send a slot out wide to the right side. It's 4th down for Philadelphia, 4th and nearly 18. And she lets go of one. That pass is completed, but nowhere near what they needed. Gray made the catch, came out of the backfield, and then had her legs taken out.
And she had her legs taken out by Sharon Vasquez on that play.
Fashion will take over on downs here, Jennifer, with 9:22 left in the 3rd period of play, leading by 20. See if Pittsburgh can pound another nail into that box that Philadelphia is lying in right now.
And Philadelphia certainly came out swinging. You know, they were moving the ball, get a delayed game penalty, and just did not rebound from that.
Got a feeling that last touchdown by O'Neal just broke their backs, though. Let's see. Kia Foster is going to run this one, and Foster couldn't break outside. She ends up getting tackled by just a yard downfield.
2nd down and 9.
Back to my point, I think that last O'Neal touchdown really took a lot of air out of their balloons.
Well, and you know, they're a proud team, and some of their proudest athletes playing both sides of the ball. You saw number 6, Angela Wells, try to chase O'Neal down and not be able to. That's humbling right there.
3 receivers to the right. Janice Masters will roll that way. She'll get a block. She'll throw a sidearm pass. And Lisa Horton makes a sliding grab at the 48-yard line for the 1st down for Pittsburgh.
The surprising thing about that route is about the only one who paid attention that Horton was running a bench route was Horton. You know, the defender, number 3, Shantia Creech, didn't come back to guard Horton until Horton was on the ground.
Courtney Bender, wide out left. Angela Baker in the slot. Laura Baden comes in as a slot receiver as well. They have 3 to the left. Here's the handoff. Kia Foster starts left, cuts back right, finds it opening up the middle of the 40-35, and then got face mask on the tackle.
It's raining flags.
At the 34-yard line. All the officials saw it.
Yeah, you know, there's not a yellow flag left in the house.
Face mask against Philadelphia.
Kia being calmed down by her teammates wisely as Philadelphia was jawing at her.
Tanisha Foxer picks up 14 yards on the play. The penalty will bring the ball down.
By the time they tack on the face mask yardage, the ball will get inside the Silver Sport Silver zone to the 19-yard line. Silver Sport keeping sports clean. 7:50 to go here in the 3rd period. Here's Lisa Horton trotting in motion to the right and positioning herself right over the numbers. Janice Masters calls for the snap, rolls to the left with Catone blocking in front of her. She throws, and she is belted as she lets go of the incomplete pass intended for Angela Baker.
And in on the sack was number 1, Satoria Bell. So one quarterback giving the other quarterback some love, I guess.
Well, from the city of brotherly love, too. Sisterly love in this case.
2nd down.
2nd down and 10 now for Pittsburgh.
From the 19.
3 wide to the left, Horton to the right. Catone, the running back, off to the shoulder of Janice Masters to her right. And they bang into each other as Catone accepts the handoff anyway. Catone still finds some positive yards down to the 18.
Gain of a yard, 3rd down, at 9 at the 18.
You know, I would love to see the passion go into a hurry-up offense because I really think that the Phantomz defense would not be able to adjust or handle it.
20-point Pittsburgh lead. We come down to the 7-minute mark of the third period of play here in Imperial tonight. Chris Shovelin, Jennifer Cairns on the call. Pittsburgh Passion facing a stiff challenge from Philadelphia, but steadily pulling away in this game. Now we see Bender to the right side and a triple set to the left. Masters looking left, now fires over the middle, and that ball is caught by Baker over her shoulder at the 12-yard line, and she's planted there. Satoria Bell making the stop on the play. And Pittsburgh now looking at 4th down and 3 after a 6-yard gain. Some changes in the lineup now for Pittsburgh here on this 4th down play. They bring extra receivers in. Kia Foster returns to play running back. Horton waving to Masters saying, hey, look at me over here to the right. Masters pumps, now throws, and falling over backwards and making a catch is Baker, and that's good for the first down for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Horton was sitting unmanned over there on the right side, trying to give her QB the heads up.
Ball out to 7, 1st and goal.
Certainly enough green space between her and the next defender to have the first down, but Masters connected with Baker for the first down instead.
Horton again drawing single coverage by Bell on the right side. And it is Bender to the left. Masters swing pass left, and that ball hit the receiver, the intended receiver, Kia Foster, coming out of the backfield in the right hip and bounced off incomplete. And Foster knew that was dangerously close to being a lateral pass, so she jumped on the football, although it was forward.
And I know that's not one of the ladies' favorite rules about being down on contact with the ground. They prefer to be able to get back up and make something of the play, but
Hayden Hive checking in, playing wide receiver over on the left side with 2 others. Lisa Horton again drawing one-on-one coverage from Satoria Bell. Masters will roll left though, look, and Masters is cranked once and then bowled over.
Masters sacked on the play.
Might have been Dana Morgan who got there. Now Pittsburgh looking at 3rd down. Goal to go from the 13.
3rd and goal at the 13.
Bender, Baker, Baden all left. Horton right. Foster, the running back, to the right shoulder of Janice Masters. 3rd and goal from 13 yards away. Masters pumps, now fires. Horton inside the 5-yard line, could not snare it out of the air. She had a defensive back hovering over her behind her.
and it looks like that defensive back might be Shantia Creech, who did a great job just getting her hand in last minute to deflect the pass.
Now it's 4th down and goal to go from the 13. Hive checks back in as a receiver. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 3:40 to go in the 3rd period. Hive will go left. 3 receivers right. In a triangular trip set. Masters looking, throwing. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Angela Baker.
Angela Baker running a very crisp route. Philadelphia defensive back just can't get there. Tiptoes into the end zone.
From a Baker's dozen for 6.
Pittsburgh lining up for the two-point conversion.
2-point conversion attempt by Pittsburgh.
Janice chucks it into the end zone, but not into the end zone. They're going to rule it down at the 1-yard line. Pass was complete, but they did not break the play.
In the third quarter, passes.
Lisa Horton made that grab, and Lisa Horton getting up a little shaky there, holding onto her right hip after taking a hard hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, get out your 50-50 ticket.
So, with 3:33 left in the third period of play, Pittsburgh's lead goes to 32-6 over the Philadelphia Phantomz.
7-4-8, 4-4, 5-8. 7-4-8, 4-4, 5-8.
Serious, if you want this, take it.
I think I am. Thank you very much.
Blue ticket, 7-4-8-4-4-5-8. Furlough will kick off.
Thank you, Chris.
Alyssa Furlong ready to boot. Here's the run-up. The delivery is a knuckler. And Philadelphia able to capture it and down it at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Very alertly, Latasha Cummings able to cover up that rock. And Philadelphia ends up with fine field position. They have the football field almost cut in half.
They do, but they've been given finer position here tonight and unable to capitalize. So I think the Passion defense feeling quite confident right now.
1st and 10. Go again, Amanda. TJ Cole.
See what Philly can do here now with 3:30 left in the third period of play. They're down 32-6. Pittsburgh has really started piling it on. Again, they go tight except for one split receiver to the right side. Toss. Shantia Creech keeping her balance. And Creech ahead for a 12-yard gallop and a first down for Philadelphia into Pittsburgh territory to the 40.
Very nice first play for the Phantomz, showing signs of life. Shantia Creech, a very well executed run.
Congratulations, Amanda. Number 65, JC's Rose.
Victoria Bell again trots off the sideline after speaking with head coach Star Wright, getting a play in. 2:49 left here in the third. Philadelphia trailing 32-6 with the football. They have two split from the formation now for Philly over to the right side. Pittsburgh feigning blitz. They drop Antoinette Wise deep into the backfield, and she'll grab this snap and take it around the right side and pick up a couple. Niedermeyer stuck her head in the middle of that thing again. So did Vasquez, and we see Tia Montgomery in on every defensive play.
Tia Montgomery just hasn't seemingly lost a step in the many years that she's been part of this Passion defense.
Tonight's game being presented in part by Sisters Support, nonprofit committed to the advancement of women through community, connection, and sisterhood. By Super Donut, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat. By Aid Nation, Wake Up Pittsburgh and Hydrate. By Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute healthcare services. And by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean. 2nd down and 9 for Philadelphia. Creech looking for room. Creech taking it upfield, and Creech being jumped down from behind and dragged down. Is that Chelsea Zahn who got it?
It looks like it was, but there's a host of black jerseys peeling off the pile there.
Zahn first on the tackle. 3rd down and 7.
Third down and a little more than 7 to go for Philadelphia now with 1 minute left in the third. Tonight's game also being brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, and by Health Pyramid Longevity and Vitality Center, a natural approach to pain relief. Phantomz hurry up to the line. It's a little cross buck action, and the handoff will go to Angela Wells, and Angela Wells gets somersaulted down as the Passion read that inside handoff perfectly that time, and it was Kelsey Edmonds leading the way along with Caitlin Niedermeyer.
Yeah, Caitlin Niedermeyer got a hold of that jersey, wouldn't let go. Kelsey Edmonds finishing her off.
4th down and 6.
4th down and 6 now for Philly. 10 seconds left here in the third. They're going to let the clock wind down to 0. We're going to go into the fourth quarter with the Pittsburgh Passion trying to make it 5 consecutive victories here at the start of this season. They are 4-0 right now, but in 15 minutes, they could be 5-0. They're up 32-6 here on the Passion Television Network.
Updated scores for you at the end of the first intermission. Penguins and Capitals, no score. 17th, Pirates leading 3-0 in Miami.
Passion off to another fabulous start this season, 4-0 under head coach Teresa Kahn and her staff, Steve Skierman, Robert Hutchinson, Adam Santoro, Nathan Stevenson, Jaharia Fillmore, Dylan Neal, Joe Tyndall, Trisha Radigan. Of course, Stephanie Velachko, one of the assistants, a player coach this season. And Teresa Kahn with co-owners Franco Harris and new co-owner Anthony Misitano. They've got to feel pretty good about this club that they have on the field this year. Here's the sweep to the right. Wells tiptoeing her way down the sideline and finally gets collared by Zabovic.
She lands deeply into the Passion bench. And Satoria Bell slow to get up, limping back to the huddle.
Well, they can't afford to have Bell out of the lineup. She is their leader, perhaps the best athlete on this ball club from Philadelphia. Although they have some athletes on that side.
Seeing some new numbers here trickle in on defense. Got number 44, Kelsey Bell.
Saw 42, Rondasia Shaw in as well. So Jen, it's that time of the ball game, and some of the people who've gone the whole way and sometimes both ways getting a little breather, and some of the younger players getting some real live game playing time. Lone wide out for Philadelphia is LaPointe. She's about 7 yards out the formation, and now we have a flag. False start, Philadelphia.
Against Philadelphia. 5-yard penalty brings up 1st and 15.
First down and 15 now for the Phantomz. Pittsburgh has to go on the road to play at Boston, against the Renegades, against the DC Divas, and then they'll finish the regular season in Columbus. This is Creech once again after the direct snap, and Creech picks up about 3. Tia Montgomery over. Kelsey Edmonds with her.
Makes the stop.
Jennifer, we were talking earlier about the fact that the Passion had to front load the home schedule here at DeMichaela Stadium because it's going to be refurbished, and really those games on the road are going to be tough ones Boston and D.C. always very, very tough. Of course, Pittsburgh already knocked off Columbus 30-19 here, but that was a hotly contested ball game.
It was, and of course you would like to meet those teams like DC and Boston on your home turf in front of your home crowd. But they're prepared to go up there and get the job done.
Wide out is Angela Wells. Creech goes into the slot. Bell takes the snap and rolls left. Just gets by Chelsea Zahn. Now throws downfield, and that ball's going to be complete. And Philadelphia very close to a first down. Pass hauled in by Shakira Gray.
Gray makes the catch.
A nice run after the catch, but they're going to rule her down about a yard shy of the first down marker at the 21.
And about 1. Ball at the 21.
Bell brings the play in from the sideline once again. Catherine Lewis joined her over there on the sideline. Lewis is going to be the fullback, her blocker in this set, and now she's going to again send 2 wide, this time to the right. In Wells and Creech. Here's Bell looking to throw downfield. Creech up the 2-yard line, and the ball went right between her 2 hands. Incomplete.
For Creech.
Creech certainly should have come down with that one. She just couldn't bring it in.
Philly now looking, Jen, at 4th down and a yard to go. And they know they need points. They're down 32-6. And you know they're going to go for it, whether it's trying to get it all in one bag here or just get that first down and get a yard.
Absolutely. I mean, they, in their minds, have a chance and an ability to put more points on the board. They're certainly going to try and do it.
I would guess by the formation, they're just going to try to get the first down. Here's Bell, tosses. And the Passions stack up the runner.
It looks maybe like on second effort there. She may have gotten it. Can't tell yet.
See where the officials put it down. Just shy of the 20, and now they're going to measure the down. I tell you what, it looks like Philadelphia may have it.
Certainly when she was met in the backfield by the black jerseys, didn't look like she had yet crossed over to the first down marker, but with that second effort, I thought she had it.
Chain gang is out. They're going to stretch that link. I thought just by eyeballing it, she made it past the stick. Let's see what happens when they stretch it. Yep, they got it.
Gain of a yard, first down, Philadelphia.
12:06 to play in the game. Philadelphia earns that first down on that second effort stretch. They need to keep possession of the football. They cannot afford to give Pittsburgh the rock. They need to come up with points.
Paradise Claws Dog Grooming wishes the Passion a great season.
First down, Philadelphia from outside of the 20-yard line. Creech is the left wing, Wells the right wing. This is Creech getting the pitch. Goes to the 20, to the 15, to the 14-yard line, and is yanked down and flipped over.
Flag on the play, holding.
We're going to get a call against Philadelphia here for holding. There's a penalty flag down.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 30-yard line.
It'll be a 10-yard mark-off, and the ball goes out to the 30-yard line, where it's first down and 20 yards to go. This is part of what plagued Philadelphia early in the ball game. They were moving for a while there, and then they started getting penalties. They faked to Creech. Bell will roll left, chased by Zahn. Flips it downfield, incomplete, threw it to the feet of her intended receiver.
Bounce pass is incomplete.
Looked like on the coverage there is number 18, Santana Ramsey.
Coverage by Ramsey.
Maureen Fender was running that slant to the boundary line over on the far side, and Bell just couldn't get it to her.
It looked like she had over the top coverage by number 9, Rebecca Ergood.
Second down, 20 to go. Creech comes back in. Now they're going to split Angela Wells out. Slot receiver Shakira Gray, she's tight to the line. Bell throws long, looking for Wells, and it's incomplete at the 5-yard line. This time covered by Kelly Bell of Pittsburgh.
Brings up third down. 3rd and 20.
Third down and 20 now for Philadelphia. Creech, Wise, and Wells all to the left side this time. Satoria Bell, who attended Temple University, taking the snap in the gun. Rolls left, Zahn interface, she throws downfield, and that ball is going to be snagged out of the air for a completion at the 15-yard line.
It's a nice completion there, and it looks like it was number 32, Tia Montgomery.
Brings up 4th down.
Still, it's going to be a 4th down play for Philadelphia. 4th down and 5 yards to go from the 15. Fashion starting cheers of defense, crowd catching on with it right now. The slot split to the right side this time for Philadelphia. Bell calling for the snap, rolling right, looking, looping one, and we're going to get a flag here and a couple of them for pass interference as that ball was thrown up. Wells was the intended receiver, and she got knocked down well before the pass got there, and they're going to flag Kelly Bell.
Interference penalty against the Passion.
We'll give Philadelphia a first down and 4 more cracks. Ball will be at the 3-yard line. First down and goal.
Again, Philly slow to bring the play into the huddle.
You're counting on the officials to give them extra time after that penalty, perhaps. Now, flags fly again as Bell takes the snap from under center. Tries a handoff, and that was just a train wreck. As Niedermeyer submarine the play, And an illegal shift is called against the Philadelphia Phantomz. Pittsburgh has a bye week next week. On the 13th of May, they'll play in Boston against the Renegades. A second bye week coming up on the 20th, so really only one game in the next 3 weeks for Pittsburgh when you get right down to it, and that could help a lot, Jennifer, because that'll get some of the injuries healed.
I was just thinking the same thing. You know, we saw the cast on Beaver today. Don't know how long that's intended to be on her, and some of the other injuries that have been nursing. Could surely use those couple of bye weeks before they go back to meet DC.
Snap and a takedown. Great play by Sharon Vasquez that time.
Down by Vasquez.
As Shantia Creech thought she had a full head of steam going, and Vasquez just stopped her dead in her tracks.
Well, that's what veteran leadership will do. You know, there have been in these situations many times where backs have been against end zones, and they know what it takes to prevent them from crossing the goal line. Great job, Sharon.
Second down and goal to go from just outside the 7-yard line. This is Bell palming that ball as she stepped out of bounds. She had nowhere to go. The lateral pursuit by Pittsburgh was just fabulous that time. Zubovic, Vasquez, Kozo, and Montgomery all just watching the quarterback float over to her right, and they just followed her with that left sweep pursuit by the Pittsburgh defense.
You've got Vasquez doing it all while being locked up with her defender, being in complete control of her, shifting her, using her as a way to wedge the ball carrier to the outside and out of bounds.
Third down and goal. Philadelphia loses another couple. Ball is just at the 9-yard line now. Antoinette Wise goes over to the left side, and so does Shantia Creech. Tight end to the right is Gray. She's standing straight up and down, and now Bell rolling, throwing, and incomplete.
Bell's pass rolled incomplete in the end zone.
That was a wild play looking for Creech in the end zone that time. She almost came up with that. Tia Montgomery was with her, put a pop on her right when the ball was delivered.
And then it looks like the white jersey who comes up with it at the end of the bottom of the pile is Cherie LaPointe, but they're saying she trapped that against the ground.
Fourth down, goal to go now for Philly. From 9 yards out with 7:25 remaining in the ball game, and Pittsburgh up big, 32-6. Send Creech out wide left. Catherine Lewis adjusts to the left side of her quarterback in the backfield. She's the protector. Here's Bell. And Zahn chasing her. And Bell throwing end zone. That's going to be a Philadelphia touchdown.
You heard Coach Santoro saying, "Your way, Chelsea, your way, Chelsea," and he was absolutely right. And Chelsea read the play well, got into the backfield, just not in time before the ball could be released. And the touchdown scored. On the coverage there, it looked like it was number 32, Tia Montgomery.
And it looked like LaPointe was the one who brought it down.
Touchdown pass for LaPointe. Makes it 32-12. 2-point conversion coming up for the Phantomz.
Philly for 2, 7:18 left. And the throw is incomplete, so it will not go. The pass intended for Antoinette Wise. A 9-point touchdown pass to LaPointe from Satoria Bell. And Philadelphia looking at a 20-point deficit again, 32-12 with 7:18 to go.
The Color Tire wishes number 73 and the Passion another great season. Good luck, Melanie Hammond, Jackie Phillips.
Crowd keeping warm, rocking out to Beyonce.
Well, Philly needs a little bit of a miracle right now with just 7:18 to play. They're down 20 points. They just scored. But right now it's going to take a lot of work. Maureen Fender with the run-up and the kick. And hooked out of the air by Courtney Bender. And Bender on her feet over the 50, 45. There goes Courtney Bender down to the 42-yard line. Tackled by the kicker, Maureen Fender.
I was expecting to see an onside kick there, especially the way their defenders were all down in a track-like stance.
At the 42.
Pittsburgh ends up with excellent field position out of this. And Courtney Bender just snagged that one, reached up, caught it off her shoulder, and took off. And I agree with you. I was waiting for the onside kick, too. Lisa Horton will draw single coverage from Angela Wells. Tara Catone will sneak out of the backfield and go into a slot now. Triple set right and an empty backfield except for Janice Masters, who will take the snap. Here comes Catone on the fly. They fake the jet sweep and they throw a little bubble to Lisa Horton. She breaks the tackle, makes a juke step move. Lisa, 35, hit, and the ball squirts loose, but it's out of bounds.
Tackle on the play by Wells.
Horton shaken up on the play. Took a hard hit on that tackle. And they'll have to check on her. One of the greatest athletes ever to play football here for the Passion, not to mention one of the greatest athletes ever to play in Pittsburgh. When you get right down to it, Lisa Horton, a tremendous competitor. First down and 10 now as Pittsburgh will send Angela Baker in motion across the back of the set over to the right side, and Janice Masters catches the low snap, gives it to Tara Catone. Tara Catone sweeping to the right and picks up about 3 or 4.
Inside the 30-yard line. Gain of 4. Second down 6.
Coming down to the 6-minute mark here in the fourth period of play. Pittsburgh with a 32-12 advantage over Philadelphia, looking to go 5-0.
When any of our ladies go down, at least we can take comfort in the fact that they're in good hands with UPMC, our longtime medical partners.
Yeah, no question about that, Jennifer. Of course, Nancy Martin, the trainer working with the Passion from UPMC Sports Medicine. Here's Baker across the set. Masters had to leap high to get the snap and had to take off running and got chopped down as soon as she drove through by Spring Gamble, number 23.
Gamble makes the tackle. Third down and 6.
Gamble played and attended Bloomsburg University, another native of Philadelphia. Most of these ladies on this Phantomz club from Philadelphia, Ridley Park, across the Delaware River over in Jersey and Camden and places like that. Pennsauken, some from Allentown and Norristown. Definitely a regional flavor for them as well.
Absolutely.
Slots to both sides now for Janice Masters. Tara Catone, the running back with her to the left. It is third down and 6 for Pittsburgh. Masters with protection. Throws over the middle. That ball is going to be caught. And a big first down for Pittsburgh as Jana Meister hauls in that pass and takes it a couple of extra yards to the 14.
And Jana exhibiting those transferable athletic skills that she told us about at halftime. Doing well operating in open space, reeling in that rock. Nice first down gain.
Just over 4 minutes left in the ball game, and Pittsburgh leading by 20. Here come the Passion up to the line again. Bring Peyton Hybe in to the right side, and over to the left it'll be Courtney Bender. Now, Janice Masters looking at the sideline. Goes Baker. Masters gives it to Catone. And Catone with a nice stop and go move. Dives. And I don't see a signal yet. It looks like she might have gone down at the 1 yard line.
She looked just shy to me there, Chris, as much as you want to will her across that goal line, but she'll get another chance on this play, I imagine.
Bender comes out. Meister back in. Pittsburgh a yard away from pay dirt with 3 minutes, 7 seconds left on a rolling ticker. Meister goes right. Hybe is to the left side in a triple set with Baker and Laura Baden. Here's Catone running it, and that was with ease.
Yeah, she pretty much walked in untouched.
Tara Catone from 1 for 6.
Tara Catone gets her second touchdown in 2 games.
.239 remaining in the football game, and this one is going to be in the bag for Pittsburgh shortly. As the Passion have rolled up a 38-12 advantage over Philadelphia, and they'll go for 2 points again. Tara Catone will be the single running back out of Irwin, Pennsylvania, and Slippery Rock University, a phys ed teacher. Motion left. Masters throwing, and that one is going to be broken up, intended for Courtney Bender. 38-12, the score stays.
Holding penalty against Pittsburgh declined by Philadelphia with 2:39 to play in the ballgame. Passion 38-12, Philadelphia. Playing in the 9th inning in Miami, Pirates leading 4-0. 10 minutes left to go to the second period. Washington and Penguins tied 1-1.
Oh, wow.
Can't wait to get in the car.
I know.
Alyssa Furlong to kick now with 2:39 to go in the game. Puts her foot into it and gets past Bell. She had to circle around and cover it up at the 29. Good downfield pursuit by Ebony Montgomery.
Ebony Montgomery coming out of that gunner roll was right on top of Satoria Bell.
One of the Passion players shaken up. It might have been Montgomery. Pittsburgh on defense right now. Philadelphia has one crack perhaps at this. 2:34 to go. They're down 38-12. Right now, Philadelphia just trying to put another one on the board. That's about all they can do with the time against them. Bell gets a looping low snap, able to collect it, throws downfield. Long, it's going to be broken up by Pittsburgh.
And that is Santana Ramsey, who's wishing she got that back.
Ramsey, another Slippery Rock student. Works for West Penn Utilities these days. She's from Houstontown, PA. And almost had a pick, but we'll give her a PBU.
Yeah, absolutely. She made a great read. She came back for the ball. All she did was get a little too excited about running with it before she caught it.
Second down, 10, Philadelphia. 2:13 to go. They'll send Wise out to the left, and they'll split actually 4 receivers now. Motion left by Gray. Bell winds up, throws, looking downfield, and again through the arms of Angela Wells, who reached up, leaned back, trying to haul that one down, and there were 3 defenders covering.
Valiant effort by number 6, Angela Wells. Just couldn't quite locate the ball once she turned around looking for it. She's slow to get back to her team's huddle.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion, by Health Pyramid Longevity and Vitality Center, a natural approach to pain relief, by Silver Sport, keeping sports clean, Post-Acute Medical, providing high-quality post-acute health care services, by Aid Nation, Wake Up Pittsburgh and Hydrate, Super Donut, #1 in nutrition, more protein, less fat, and by Sister Support, nonprofit committed to the advancement of women through community, connection, and sisterhood. Creech goes in motion left. Swing pass to her. She completes it. 30. And Creech is taken down at around the 33-yard line. Playing on the defensive side, Kia Foster. 2 minutes left in the game. Jen, Pittsburgh is going to be 5-0.
They are, and what a way to start off your 15th season.
Brings the ball back to the 20-yard line.
Of course, 2007, 2014, 2015, undefeated championship seasons, and of course the dream still alive to be undefeated and to win another women's world championship.
That's their goal. I mean, they talk about that as the end game from the first practice back in January. They revisit that dream nightly at practice, and you'll see the word believe across many t-shirts written on many arms and hands tonight.
You have lived that dream. You played on that first undefeated world championship ball club here in Pittsburgh, and just tell me what it meant to you then and what it means to you still to today.
I mean, I think it's something you never forget. You know, we had never been to the playoffs before then, and then to beat some long-standing rivals on our route there, including Cleveland. it was a true turning point and tipping point for this organization, and they've gotten 2 since. So we got to catch up to those boys, right? couple more to go.
Yeah, they have a couple of Lombardis on the Passion, but the Passion, of course, fan favorites of many of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've seen many of them at our games here. Of course, when we were playing over on the south side, they were regulars, and I know they root for the Pittsburgh Passion women's team.
I think they have a lot of respect for the organization's leadership, a lot of respect for the talent and athleticism on the roster, and so it's nice to always have them in our corner.
And how much Franco Harris's involvement has really legitimized women's professional football here in Pittsburgh, too.
And I think across the country. I mean, he started here. He opened the door for us, and he gave us legitimacy and validity, and then he started to say, I'm going to start do that for the sport nationwide. I mean, heavily involved in getting the first women's football championship in an NFL stadium, and, you know, it was in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wasn't in it, but he did it for the love of the sport. Still involved in advancing the game as we move forward this year as well.
We saw Gabby O'Neill in a crazy return, getting it back a little further than where it landed the first time. And Pittsburgh just trying to wind this one down as we're under a minute to go in the game. You know, it was too bad that year that the national championship game was played at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, we were the only two there, although the Passion did work the game. But what a game it was. It was one of the best games I've seen in any level of professional football, any level of football.
You know, a team that we've seen before and we're very familiar with in the Chicago Force, and a team that we knew nothing about and had never seen or played in San Diego. And for, you know, one team to get up on the other quickly in the first half, looking like this is going to be a game that's not close at all, for San Diego to come back in lightning fashion, electrifying fashion. It was great for the sport.
Backup quarterback putting on a show now for Pittsburgh, and running that football was Ebony Montgomery, who had a big hit on special teams earlier. You know, what an honor it was for us to broadcast that game on ESPN as well. It was just great, but I'm just glad we were there to represent Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, this Passion organization has been on the forefront of a lot of milestones, not only for football in Pittsburgh, but women's football in general across the country. I mean, the first to be in ESPN magazine, the first to be on top 10 ESPN plays of the game, that 2007 magical season, and the first championship season, and the first to host an NFL championship in an NFL stadium.
And who knows, maybe more to come as the Passion go to 5-0. It's over as Pittsburgh smacks down Philadelphia by a final score of 38-12. With Jennifer Cairns, Chris Shovlin. Stay tuned. We'll have our post-game wrap-up and interviews coming up here on the Passion Television Network. All smiles on the sideline here as the Pittsburgh Passion knock off the Philadelphia Phantomz 38-12. Our final score here tonight. Kim Zabovic is here with us, one of the stars of this club for many, many years. And this year is special because really the club is in a rebuilding mode, but it's 5-0. So, you know, tell me how you're accomplishing all of this.
It's all about the chemistry as far as I'm concerned. We got a lot of vets that are working and teaching the rookies, and they're quick to sponge it all up. So, you know, everybody just counts on everybody to be responsible for their job and their job only, and it seems to work the best.
Well, we highlighted you at the beginning of the game when calling you and Chelsea Zahn our sack queens. You didn't disappoint here tonight, but tell us how special it was today, playing on a night where we were honoring our servicemen and women, our first responders, our state police women that you serve so vigilantly for our state.
Well, it certainly is an honor that Teresa and the team takes the time to recognize us. It's appreciated. We do what we do because we love it, and we love our community, we love our country, and there's nothing better to fight for. So it's just a blessing and an honor. I'm very humbled by it.
They got to zoom down on the socks.
I even had the honor of having my father down there with me as well tonight. He's a retired state trooper too.
That's great. You know, Jen and I were talking during the broadcast about how you serve with the Pennsylvania State Police, and you are a trooper, and I'm just wondering what kind of release you get from playing professional football.
It's just a good chance to stay fit and keep in shape. It helps me perform my job better and be prepared for any activity that I might get involved in every day. But it's more about the fun and the enjoyment with the girls, the bond, the relationship. We're having a great time out here.
So tough opponent tonight. I know you and I have talked in weeks past about how we like these kind of games. They bring out the best in our passion, ladies. What are you looking forward to most about facing those next challenges in Boston, in DC?
Honestly, I'm just waiting to see, get our offenses really starting to hum and click. So I'm expecting them to make big changes and get the ball downfield and, start humming even better than they have. And the same with defense. We're getting real comfortable with everybody and all our new rookies and stuff. So I just want to keep seeing us growing.
What's amazing about this ball club too, Kim, is how interchangeable the parts are. I mean, you talk about the offense clicking, and Lisa Horton's not playing quarterback. Janice Masters in, and she's doing a great job, and then Lisa moves over to receiver. You have so many different running backs, so many different wide receivers. You've had different personnel on defense tonight. A lot of people didn't even expect to play defense tonight. They were out there starring.
Yeah, we definitely like that versatility. It's the next man up mentality here on our team, and everybody's always ready and hungry to go in and perform their best.
So now I asked you the last time we spoke, and it's going to be my question until I get the answer. Do we have Zubo for next year in the 16th season?
Absolutely.
You heard it here, folks. We got her.
We're going to get through this season first, though. We're going to focus here. We're not going to get, too far ahead of
You're
games.
welcome. Committed.
Let's ask one final question then. How far can this team go? You're 5-0 right now.
Well, we like to say that there's no limits, so it's just one game at a time. We got a bye next week, so we got 2 weeks to prepare for the next one, and that's going to be our main focus. So just we get through that one, and we'll think about what comes next. But one game at a time.
Kim, Jen, thank you much. Passion win it big tonight. Big victory over Philadelphia, 38-12. The final score here on the Passion Television Network.